Hey guys, Rick Pete back, and as promised, here is my post TLC Raw review. I've never done one of these before. I don't sort of see the point of doing weekly Raw reviews unless it's been a specifically good one. But I figured that after the fallout from TLC, I'd see what Raw were like. I'd read that it were good from people who'd watched it live. Obviously in the UK there's a time delay, and I couldn't stay up late to watch it, so I didn't get a chance to finish watching it until just now today, which is Wednesday. This video will be getting posted as soon as I finish recording it, so it'll be straight up as I've finished watching Raw. First of all, before I get started, I want to make a confession. I want to admit to doing something really stupid. Whilst watching the end of the Reigns Sheamus match, as soon as Sheamus took down the belt from from up on top of the ladder, I just turned the pay-per-view off, not realising just exactly what I had missed out on until I started watching Raw, which then led me to pausing Raw, going back and watching the end of TLC again, and watching Roman Reigns, the Reigns Rampage as I've dubbed it, against Triple H and everything. I really enjoyed watching him beat the hell out of him. I thought it was great. But yeah, it brought a new side out to Reigns. I also noticed just how quickly the fans were to start cheering Reigns. Especially the ones who've been booing him. From the moment he came out, purely because he kicked Triple H's ass. That again enforces just what I've been saying for a long time, just how fickle wrestling fans are. I dropped the ball, or dropped a bollock, depending which way you look at it, about turning the pay-per-view off straight away. Lesson learned. From now on I will watch them right until the end, and to see if there's anything like that again. I wasn't expecting something like that, I'll be honest. It's usually just screwy finish to a match, and then that's it, match ends, commentators say goodnight, etc. So that's the sort of thing I was expecting. I didn't expect Reigns to go absolutely batshit and destroy Triple H. I enjoyed it, like I said. It was great fun to watch. So that's my sort of admission of stupidity there. So I'll get on with the post TLC Raw review. As expected, Steph was open the show, going on about Reigns' assault on Triple H. Like I said, I enjoyed watching Triple H get his ass handed to him. I thought it was great. Reigns comes out, gets slapped silly by Steph, who then walks off, telling him that, her dad's going to come and sort it all out. That was pretty much just your standard opening segment, which you'd expect Steph to have done, given the fact that Triple H had got his ass kicked the night before. First match we got was Ziggler versus Ambrose, an opening match that had plenty of potential. I've got to say that the IC title looks damn good on Dean Ambrose. It was a great match up until Owens' arrival. I can see why they had Owens do what he did. It just pretty much ruined what could have been a great match. But there you go. Then we had about 6 recaps of Steph slapping Roman, something stupid like that. Sorry about that, my cat's just come in. Then we had R-Truth versus Bo Dallas. I'll be honest, I had forgotten all about R-Truth. I've not seen him on TV. There you go, you see, that's my cat. I've not seen him on TV for a while. I have been known to sort of skip through Raws. So, it was weird seeing him on TV. And Bo Dallas, who I'm not a fan of. But their match obviously then got disrupted due to Vince's arrival, and Vince coming out and telling him to leave the ring, which I thought was a bit disrespectful, given the fact that R-Truth hasn't had much TV time. I mean, I don't watch Superstars or SmackDown, so I don't know how regular he's on there. And like I said, I'm not a fan of Bo Dallas, but I thought it was pretty damn disrespectful to just come out and tell them to finish the match, and end it up, and that's it, you're done. Vince's segment could have come instead of a 100th recap of something that we'd seen 5 minutes ago. But to end a match, I thought was pretty disrespectful. Um, the Vince segment eventually turned out to be quite interesting. Threatening Roman Reigns, you win the title or you quit. I thought Sheamus popping out and saying, "Oh, I'll beat him up for you and everything." It was really well done. It sort of obviously set up the main event for the night and set it up a bit better than just Triple H or Steph just deciding on a whim that, oh yeah, for no reason at all, we're gonna have this match. Um, so yeah, that set up the main event. So it's quite an entertaining segment in the long run. And then we had Ryback and Swagger versus Rusev Del Rio. I had absolutely no expectations of anything good from this match. Complete desperation match from TLC the night before. Just put a team together of two people who'd face the other two people. To me, it just reeked of desperation because they couldn't think of anything else to do. Like I said, didn't expect anything from this match, just like I didn't expect anything from the respective TLC matches. Something I don't understand is why Del Rio would return to WWE after he's had so much success in AAA and Ring of Honor where he had a great reception, to go back to WWE to holding a mid card title and being Sheamus as lackey. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, maybe they've got in the long term there may be bigger plans for Del Rio, but we'll have to wait and see where that goes. But to me, that's just baffling. Anyway, like I said, I didn't expect much from the match. Again, WWE delivered. I had a feeling Swagger would be the one to get pinned, given the fact Ryback's had some sort of somewhat of a push, given the fact that he was Intercontinental Champion and everything. So I kind of knew Swagger would be the one to get pinned. Sure enough, Lana gets involved. Swagger gets pinned. In my opinion, very poor match. Just seemed to be thrown together. Tyler Breeze with Summer Rae versus Neville. WWE doesn't do some certain divas any favours. You got Summer Rae, who's been associated with more men in that locker room than it is possibly good for a person. She goes from being with Rusev, and then obviously the whole Lana social media picture blew away that storyline. So then they just put her into a relationship with Tyler Breeze. It's a bit, in my opinion, Mrs. Presence were about as welcome as herpes. Hate the guy, can't stand him, never liked him. The whole thing with him cheering on Neville and everything. The guy who calls himself an A-lister, he's not even D-list, he's Z-list at best. No decent A-lister these days who's still on the A-list does straight to DVD films. It was a good match though. Neville wins it. Hits his red arrow, which is the best finishing move I've seen for a long time. I'm a fan of Neville. Excuse me. I've liked him since his NXT days. So yeah, it was good to see him win. I just hope they don't do anything serious with him and Miz, because that'd be a massive step back for Neville. Team ECW versus Wyatt family. I wasn't expecting too much. I kind of thought the Wyatts would win, even though it was in Philly. It would have been nice to see the ECW lot win, but again, that's Vince sticking it to us. I actually came to a bit of a realisation during this match. It's not the Wyatt family that I dislike, it's Bray. I think that as a character, he bores me. I have no problem at all with Harper, Rowan, or Strowman, whatever it is. It's literally just Bray that annoys me. So yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what would happen if the rest of the family sort of realised that Bray was just using him, to get what he wanted, for him to pretty much do his bidding, as it were. But I mean, I don't see him doing anything like that, because while you've got four guys like that and you've got three who are quite happy to play sheep, pardon the pun for two of them, it's a pretty easy story writing for WWE. A really entertaining match, nonetheless. Plenty of good use of the toys from the ECW lot. Strowman looked strong as always. Big fan of him. I'd like to see him actually turn on the Wyatt family, or maybe realise that Bray's holding him back for whatever reason, something like that in the storyline. So I do think that guy has potential to be the next big monster of WWE. Like I say, really entertaining match. A bit gutted the ECW team lost, but it's Vince, so what you going to do? So yeah. Segment with the participants from the tag team ladder match were quite good. New Day trying to be all sincere and everything. Best thing about that segment though was when they got their asses kicked by Usos and Lucha Dragons. Um, you know that even though obviously it's all scripted and everything, what the New Day said was true about the Usos and Lucha Dragons. They proved that it's just the New Day that makes that tag division. There are two other teams there that are willing to go above and beyond to entertain the fans, and they did a great job in the TLC match. So yeah, then we had Brie and Alicia versus Charlotte and Becky. Big fan of Charlotte and Becky. The other thing that baffled me about this was Team BAD on the front row with tickets. Usually that scenario is only used when somebody's banned from backstage, or like back in the day when Austin got Goldberg a ticket to SmackDown and vice versa, that sort of thing. So that kind of made no sense to me. Pretty average match. I enjoyed the crowd booing Brie when she started using Daniel Bryan's kicks. I thought that was great. I think you sort of see on her face as well that she expected cheers for that, but when she got really loud boos. So that were nice. Shane Flair got involved in the final decision, but Team Bella lost, so in my opinion, it's all good. A special mention is the Titus O'Neil promo for WWE Shop. How good did that title belt look on Titus O'Neil's shoulder, even though it was only a replica? I think given the right creative writing and a decent push, Titus could be a future champion. He's got a look. He's obviously athletic. So yeah, he's got the look. He's athletic. He's got potential future singles title victory in his career, I think. But we'll have to wait and see. It's WWE, so anything could or can't happen. But yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in. It's just a personal thing that I noticed. Then we get to the big one: Sheamus versus Reigns, WWE World Heavyweight Title match. A lot more cheers tonight for Reigns than there were boos. That was good to hear. The fact that some of the fans have finally realised that it's not his fault. He is where he is. He's just doing what he's told to do. But there were still some boos, but nobody's ever going to have the entire crowd behind him. I don't think anybody ever has. I don't think even Hogan had the entire fans cheering. I think he still got booed, quite rightly so in my opinion. But Sheamus's body was absolutely battered from the TLC match last night. You could see the physical toll it had taken on him. Obviously, Reigns wears the padded gear. It is just coincidence, by the way, that I'm wearing this T-shirt. Alright, I'll be honest, I had seen a picture of the end of Raw, so I figured, I'd put this T-shirt on today to sort of celebrate the fact that Reigns had finally got what he deserved. But yeah, Sheamus's body absolutely battered from TLC. It was an enjoyable match. I really enjoyed it. The back and forth, close falls, Vince getting involved and everything. I'm glad to see Sheamus's cronies didn't have a direct effect on the match. They sort of came out. Del Rio got Superman punched out straight away. Rusev got one as soon as he got up onto apron. Reigns getting bust open from that headbutt. That must have hurt. The Superman punch to Vince, I did not expect that at all. But I'll be honest, that was fun to watch. Obviously now the storyline is going to be the McMahons or the Authority just directly just going after Reigns and making his life hell. Especially seeing as he won the title, as everybody knows now. I have seen a picture of Reigns with the belt and the side plates on. I'll post it at the end of this video. So if this is legit, I don't know. If not, it's some really good Photoshop work. But yeah, the side plates look really good. I really need to get myself a network logo replica now. But yeah, I think the storyline now is definitely going to involve Reigns being hunted down by the Authority, and especially now he's hit Vince and everything. Whether they'll strip him of the title, I don't know if they get away with putting that in his storyline so soon after he's won it. But again, it's WWE, anything can happen. So yeah, I think that's pretty much going to lead up to Reigns versus Triple H at Mania. But we shall see. There's Royal Rumble yet, and a couple more pay-per-views on the way. So anything could happen. But yeah, it weren't as good as I'd read it. Well, a lot of people said it was brilliant Raw. I wouldn't have said it was brilliant. Um, it's better than some, most of the recent ones. But having said that, that wouldn't be hard. But yeah, I mean, it were a decent Raw. There were some good bits on it, a lot of dirge as usual. But I think that 3 hours is too long for Raw. I don't think they need 3 hours because essentially it's pretty much like 2 hours of wrestling and promos and then an hour of recaps. It seems, but they've decided 3 hours. Excuse me, it's the way to go. So what can we do as fans? So yeah, that's my post TLC Raw review. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back again soon with another video. But for now, thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you later.